Hey, Paul McGinnis here. Thanks for checking this out. I hope this will help on your daily walk today. I want to look at Matthew chapter 15. And before we get there, I just want to ask you how it feels to be invited. Right? When you get an invitation to something, whether that's a handwritten invitation or an online invitation, even an evite, when you get the invitation to the wedding or to the party or to the prom, that feels good. It feels good to know that someone else is thinking of you, that they want you to be a part of what they're celebrating. They want you to be a part of their lives, part of this moment. Friends, Matthew chapter 15, there are so many glimpses of this invitation that God offers to you and to me. Jesus feeds 4,000 men plus the women and children. And what's unique about this feeding of the multitude, because he's done this before, what's unique about this one is that this crowd is primarily a Gentile crowd, right? And this is new territory, right? We don't like to talk about it, but the God of the Old Testament, the Old Testament system, was really all about one chosen nation that would then be a blessing to the world. The Israelites, God's people, the Jewish nation, they were the favorite ones. But then God, through Jesus, starts to expand that. And in the New Testament, we see God opening wide the door, not just to the nation of Israel, not just to this one family, but to everyone. And we get a glimpse of this as crowds and multitudes are following Jesus and they're gathering with him on the mountain, and he has compassion on them. And he starts healing the sick, and he starts teaching the crowds. And we notice in verse 31 that the people praised the God of Israel, which gives us a clue that they were not people of Israel. This was not, at least not to this point, their God. These were outsiders. These were Gentiles. This is probably, friends, most of us that are listening, and myself included, not from the nation of Israel, but now through Jesus, he opens wide the gates and invites everybody to come in. But then what I love so much is, as he has compassion on the people. He wants to help them. He's been healing them and teaching them. He wants to feed them as well. And verse 34 is such a beautiful verse. And it's an invitation. He says to his disciples, how many loaves of bread do you have? How many loaves do you have? And it's such a great question because the answer is really irrelevant, right? They answer that they have 7 loaves of bread and they have a few small fish. And Jesus takes those and he uses them to feed this multitude. But what if they had said, we have 5 loaves? Would that not have been enough? Was Jesus hoping that they had a dozen loaves? No, the amount of bread that they had didn't really matter. What mattered is that they gave whatever they did have. They were invited not just to receive, but to participate. They were invited into the miracle. And friends, Jesus invites you as well. No matter who you are, no matter what your background, no matter what your history, no matter what your past, Jesus invites you to be a part of what he's doing. And he invites you to participate in what he's doing. No matter how many loaves you have, no matter what you've got in your hand or in your bank account or in your potential, your creativity, your resources, Jesus invites you to give what you have and let that be used to bless the world. You are invited. You are invited not only to receive, but to participate in the kingdom of God today. And I pray that you'll do just that.